Grocery shopping is one of the topics that I feel like I can never stop talking about because it's a non-negotiable for everyone. We're all spending money at the grocery. Now, money can be really tight right now for a lot of people, regardless of income levels. And so we're going to talk about 7 reasons why you might be overspending on groceries. And also stick around for my Parmesan cheese epiphany that I had that I feel like could be very relatable to other people because I am human. And I love my Parmesan cheese. All right, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this episode with a friend. All right, the first mistake is overbuying produce. Man, especially the start of the year, we're all like trying to be all aspirational and eating healthy, trying to do good. But really, are you going to eat the 3 bags of spinach that are just sitting in your fridge? Are you? Are you? That's what we all need to ask ourselves. Or like a bag of apples, Sometimes I'm like, I just need a few apples, not a bag of them. But I buy a bag thinking we're all going to eat the apples, and they don't. So it is the amount of waste that we all have is when it comes to produce. So obviously we want to eat healthy, yes. And produce is so great, so wonderful, but it is usually more expensive. And also it's the thing that goes bad the fastest. So let's just be aware and not overbuy. Number 2, shopping out of hunger or boredom. This is a mistake a lot of us make. You go to the grocery store when you're hungry and you're just like, oh, that looks good. That looks good. That looks good. And all your intentions are so great because everything looks so good right now. Or you're just bored and you're like, sure, I'll try that. Yeah, why not? Okay, here. So that is a big mistake that we see constantly. And I've done it before. I'm sure you have too. So listen, just put the list together, know what you got to get, and you stick to it and try not to go to the store hungry. Sometimes we just kind of need some boundaries in place, which is important. Number 3, reaching for the name brand without thinking. So usually the brand items that are right in front of us, we know and we're familiar with because of advertising, or maybe it's the thing that we've always been buying. But sometimes we don't look at the price comparison, and it is wild what you can save. And it only may be like less than $1 here and there, but that adds up, you guys. So if you can find things that are generic, that honestly will save you so much money. I feel like my family has done this so much. We have shifted so much to just generic because I'm like, I don't know. Some things I guess are specific, which I appreciate. Like it's like, no, we only like this brand of whatever. But for majority of things, like we don't know. You don't know. I don't know. And so there's something about just saving some money there that's really key. All right. The 4th mistake that we make grocery shopping is shopping at the wrong store. Yes. So listen, we all have to buy it, right? We all have to buy food, but there are so many stores out there. There's Aldi and Publix and Kroger and Target and Whole Foods and Costco and, the list goes on and on and on. So if you are not strategic about where you are shopping, then you can fall into more expensive groceries. I'm telling you, there's something about this that is so true. There are the nicer, like bougier stores. I'm going to throw Whole Foods in there, Publix. Like there's just some, some nicer stores that you see, and even some, that are like more geared towards healthy, organic, holistic foods, like all of that. So again, they're not bad. If it's in your budget and that's where you want to shop, that's fine. But you are spending more just because of the actual grocery store and the grocery store name versus places where you can save. And I'm telling you, Aldi for us has been a game changer. And when I say a game changer, like the amount of money that we spend now weekly at groceries, I've changed my every dollar grocery line item. I really have, because we just are not spending as much as we used to just by switching. And the food is great. The garlic bread and the mac and cheese are the 2 favorites at our house, and the Golden Grahams. That just shows you how much, how healthy we are. No, but the store version of all of those, my kids prefer all these version of those things over the actual name brand. Like I'm telling you, and it's so significantly cheaper. Like it's wild. So again, if you need to save money, I'm telling you, where you shop is so important. Now, there's more of this list coming up, but first, I do want to tell you about one of our sponsors, Fairwinds Credit Union. So the holiday season should be about peace and not payments. And that is a big reason why I love Fairwinds Credit Union, because they help you reach your money goals without debt. And with Fairwinds Smart Bundle, you get a no-fee checking account, a high-yield savings account where your emergency fund can grow, and an exclusive Ramsey Be Weird debit card. So every time you swipe, it's a reminder that you're doing money differently. So go to fairwinds.org/Ramsey today to open up a smart bundle and grab your exclusive Ramsey Be Weird debit card. That's fairwinds.org/Ramsey. Fairwinds is federally insured by the NCUA. Now, if you have not made Delete Me part of your life, it is time. All the holiday promos can be great, but with every newsletter sign up and coupon code, you are giving your data away. And that personal info can end up with data brokers who then sell it to scammers. And that is why I love and recommend Delete Me. Delete Me's privacy team digs through hundreds of those data broker sites and removes your data and keeps it gone. And right now you can get 20% off at joindeleteme.com/Rachel with code Rachel at checkout. That's joindeleteme.com/Rachel, code Rachel. All right, number 5, not budgeting and tracking your expenses. So this is the biggest budget buster for most people is when it comes to grocery shopping, because we really do I feel this way of like, I'm grocery shopping. So I'm going to get what my family needs and maybe a little bit more just to like have some cushion. There's just something safe about when you open your refrigerator and it's just full, or your pantry, it's full. You're like, okay, everything's good. Everything's fine. And so I always like having backups of things, like all of this. But listen, you end up going over budget very easily when that's your mindset. But when you know, okay, this is how much we're going to spend per week, and I'm going to stay within these boundaries or these limits of our money, it helps you stay on track. And we use every dollar. I mentioned that earlier. But when our grocery transaction comes in, I drag and drop it into the grocery line item. And there's just something about having a pulse and knowing here is where our money's going. And if you don't know, you do end up spending a ton. It is so easy to, versus having to think through some of these tips we talked about. So the budget is very revealing, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing. All right. Number 6 is not checking your current stock. Man, this is so difficult. I'm like, whether it's carrots, cucumbers, like Parmesan cheese, all the things. I end up rebuying things that I don't need because I didn't look before. So, and when I make my grocery list, I'll be honest, it's usually like Sunday afternoon and I'm in bed watching The Real Housewives, making my grocery list, and I don't want to get out of bed. I have my heating pad at my feet. I don't want to get out. I don't want to go look in the refrigerator. So I just make a list. I'm lazy. I am lazy when it comes to that stuff. But then we end up spending money on stuff that I'm like, man, I already have this. Like, I'm telling you, the Parmesan cheese, I have like 4 containers of Parmesan cheese right now in my fridge because I keep thinking, oh, we need Parmesan cheese. We use it on everything, Caesar salads and pastas and all of it. And I keep rebuying it. I don't know why. So let's all just put a little effort into our lives and go check the pantry and the refrigerator and the freezer before we go to the store. All right, number 7 is going in-store only. So this is interesting. You actually can end up saving money if you buy online. Now, there is definitely some more fees with this. So you have to be careful, especially if it's being ordered to your house, you're getting grocery delivery, you will pay more. So I don't want you wasting money on that necessarily if you don't have the budget for it. But there are some grocery stores where you can do a pickup order and it's free. But you're able to go ahead online and see what you're buying and what the total is. And I love this because you can remove items from your cart before you buy it. And I would say you're even able to go through and find things that maybe you've never seen before. I don't know. Like there's some things on there that are great, some like categories that you can look in within apps. And so being smart about that, if you can shop online and know your total before you get to the checkout counter, that is pro on your side for sure. Have you ever wondered how you stack up to what the average person spends on groceries each month? Well, make sure to check out my episode, what the average family grocery budget is. Are you over or under? You can click right here. That's coming up next. Or if you're listening on podcast, I will put a link below. All right, you guys, remember to take control of your money and create a life you love.